Welcome to Friday's Market Wrap-Up here at Top Gun Options. Matthew Buckley, my call sign is Wiz, and wow, what an incredible week from being up in the options capital of the world, up in Chicago, having a great visit up there, to that insane testimony from James Comey, to our weekly trades, to Full Throttle next week, to me getting ready to hop in the car to drive down to Miami and meet a bunch of my TGO members for the first time for our first annual live event. What an incredible week it has been. Real quick, though, we are going to do one of our full week of live trading and training here at Top Gun Options called Full Throttle. All you need to register is head to go.topgunoptions.com/joinft. That's join Full Throttle, and your name, your email. If you throw your cell phone number in here during the week when I myself or our vol arbitrator Doug Robertson send out some trade alerts in our live trade briefs, you'll see us demonstrate that live. Okay, all the events of next week are on here. The flight schedule's on here. Monday night, we're kicking off at 8 o'clock with an in-brief, who we are, who I am, who Doug is, and all that good stuff, and we'll end up next Friday with a weekly options live trade brief. We only open 50 slots at the end of next week. Actually, we usually open them Wednesday, and then I'll also throw our options pocket checklist, a very proprietary piece of gear that's worth $45, and also our 7-step trade plan as well, just for registering. A lot of great stuff going on here, folks. Like I said, well, first of all, I gotta be a proud father here on our Facebook page here, facebook.com/TopGunOptions. There's my son, Boca Raton's Buckley, signs with the Palm Beach Blackhawks for the 2017-2018 season. Very proud of that fine young man he's become. He's become a hell of a hockey player. So, little fatherly pump up there. But at 7 o'clock tonight, if you're in Miami, come join us for dinner. Or actually, as long as you're a member here. Or actually, if you want to become a member, why don't you stop by as well? We're at the where are we? The JW Marriott Marquis down in Miami, and this is our TGO event, man. It's going to be a great dinner tonight, some drinks. We're going to break some stuff, and then we got a full day of live training tomorrow with Doug, John Thomas, and I. So you can still grab a ticket for the full day of training and dinner tonight and dinner tomorrow night if you head to go.topgunoptions.com/Miami-event. Okay, here we go. Awesome week. Well, for some of you, on Monday, I sent out a weekly options trade, the 24.20, 24.25 bull put spread at 95 cents. That thing's worth a nickel right now. That's going to expire worthless. For a full $1,425 profit in 1 week. There you go. So in 1 week, this trade made $1,425. Great trade. Even the Iron Condor on Brazil last week, I didn't get filled on. I wanted to get filled at 38 cents. I didn't. I know a lot of my members got filled. This thing's down at 17 cents, which is what, 1,500-ish, $1,500. So there is a Full Throttle annual membership paid for with 2 trades in a little over a week and a half. So some great work. Very, very happy with what's going on. And it's pretty funny, folks. The only 2 major pullbacks, we'll call this a half a pullback. This was the sell the State of the Union. So here's the failure of the idiot Republicans, the idiot Republican clown car to repeal Obamacare. And here's the famous Comey memo. And then the resulting rally, man. We're heading higher. I'm going to unload here, so get ready for my rant. The guy's a complete jackass, Jim Comey. He is a liar. He's a leaker. The guy leaked. So all these leaks that have been coming out, if he wrote that memo, which apparently he did, if for the first time in his entire career he decided to add a memo about his meeting with the president, I believe that's a complete and total fabrication and a lie. However, if he wrote that memo on a government computer or on government time, which guess what, as the FBI director, you're on duty 24/7, and you leaked that or had your buddy leak it because you didn't have the balls to do it yourself, you're a criminal. This is incredible. So I don't even know where to begin with this stuff. So this guy's the head of the FBI. He's 6'8", LeBron James height, and the fact that he didn't. Since he felt pressured to end the investigation, he didn't pull out his badge and his bracelets at that point. He's a wuss. And the fact that former Attorney General Loretta Lynch, the well-known racist, the story out of this, folks, is that she obstructed justice by telling him to ditch the investigation into Clinton. So where are all my liberal friends frothing at the mouth saying that she could have, sorry about that, that she pressured him to get rid of that investigation, man. I don't even know where to begin. And even if everything that guy said yesterday is the truth, which I don't believe, there's still no evidence that the guy's guilty of the crime. I forget which senator it was that said, Mr. Comey, in all your years as a prosecutor, the head of the FBI, this ain't your first rodeo. Has anyone ever been indicted or convicted because of hope? And of course, he said no. So this guy, I think, did more damage to himself than anything. If you love Trump, you found a ton of stuff in there to vindicate yourself. If you hate the guy, you still think he should be impeached. If you're like me and you're right down the middle right now, you get back to trading this market and holding your nose and going higher. But that was a political farce yesterday. John McCain, you really need to go back to your village, man. The guy's a former naval aviator, POW. The guy's has phenomenal intestinal fortitude. Any guy who gets shot down over Nam and is a POW and tortured and refuses to get sent home early because they're going to use his propaganda, I salute. However, now he's getting a little aged in his years, and he was all over the place yesterday. He sounded like an idiot. Something's wrong with the guy, and he's got to go. But John, sir, please call today. Go back to Arizona. Go hang out in Sedona. Another great story this week that's been buried by the press. First of all, any 25-year-old woman named Reality Winner who's a Bernie Sanders supporter and has pledged allegiance to the Taliban and to support the Iranian president if they ever attacked or wanted to overthrow the U.S., gets a top-secret clearance under the Obama administration. And you people, many of you people want the government to run your health care. We're giving top-secret clearances out to people called Reality Winner who want to overthrow the government. We're going to have a great dinner tonight, man. I got so many rants in me, I can't believe it. Now, we got to go across overseas, folks. Theresa May, who did the stiff upper lip along with the Islamic radical mayor in London. I'm going to call him that because the guy is more pissed off at Trump's tweets or anything like that than 7 of his citizens being turned into human Pez dispensers. So May, I think, got kicked in the gut last night, or today, or however you work on British time. She had to go grovel to the Queen this morning. This is the way the monarchy works, man. She couldn't get a majority together, a government. She has to go ask the Queen for, hey, can you let me kind of lead a little bit here? It's embarrassing, and this is bad. This is bad, and I guarantee you, folks, it's because of the way she handled that terrorist attack and kind of poking at Trump a little bit. Again, I'll save my rants for tonight and a lot of you guys in person, but this is an embarrassment for her and the overall UK. And again, folks, just like in America, there's a silent majority in the UK. There's a silent majority in the US that spoke loud and clear and got rid of Barack Hussein Obama. Folks, if you're a Star Wars fan like I am and my 2 boys are, Barack Hussein Obama was nothing more than Billy D. Williams in charge of Cloud City. He was a smooth-talking black guy that was full of shit and sided with the dark side. But Theresa May, you're getting what you made your bed. Look at this. S&P futures at record high after shocking election result. I reported on this earlier that, the Thundering Herd, Merrill Lynch, came out with a note to their clients this week. It simply said, all news is good news. So you guys know the wisdom of Bizarro market where good news is good news, bad news is good news, and awful news is great news. They just summarized, they took mine and squished into one sentence which said all news is great news. So we have potential war in North Korea, Iran's out there, Theresa May getting knocked off, Comey making an ass of himself, and we go higher. Okay, and potential war in the Persian Gulf. I covered this week how Qatar got kicked out of. When you get kicked out of the Middle East club of like Saudi, UAE, Bahrain, and Egypt, you know you're a bad dude. So Qatar is in bed with Russia and Iran, but they're on the left side of the Gulf, and it's going to be tough. So, folks, this really is a hold your nose rally. We're going to be talking tomorrow. There's the Merrill Lynch note there, Thundering Herd. We're going to be talking tomorrow about how to hedge, man. We're going to bid this market higher, and when, not if, this thing rolls over. It really is musical chairs right now. We're all kind of dancing around. Music's going to stop, and my members here at TGO are going to know before that music stops, and we're definitely going to have a way out here and potentially profit. It seems like this was a year ago, the climate pact withdrawal, but wasn't it at the beginning of the week or over the weekend? I mean, people, do me a favor, all you folks who say that climate change is settled science. If you can't tell me when life begins or how many genders there are, please forgive me if I don't want your opinion on the weather in the next 100 years, and it may be going up a half a degree. You're an idiot. It's not settled science. We've been around for 4.5 billion years. The Earth, this big blue marble, has been around for 4.5 billion years. If it's too hot, we die. If it's too cold, we die. So you're going to tell me in 4.5 billion years we just kind of lucked out right now? Go and who is it? Iger from Disney, and then the Tesla dude. Biggest hypocrite, limousine liberals, folks. Biggest hypocrites in the world. They sit there and, well, we're going to resign from Trump's advisory committee, and then we're going to hop on our $70 million private fleet or private G6. Iger, Disney's fleet is like an airline, and we're going to blow dinosaurs all over the place instead of flying coach and reducing their carbon footprint. Save me your crap, liberals. So here we go. There's the Comey implosion. There's the snapback, and we go higher, guys. Trump ain't getting impeached. Even, what's her name? Susan Collins from, I think she's from Maine. She's a rhino. She's a Republican in name only. Even she was like, I was shocked Jim Comey said he's a leaker. He leaked his memo to cover his ass. He sounds nothing but like a disgruntled guy who got fired and didn't like the way he got fired. That's how he came across yesterday. Ain't no Captain America going on here. The real news of the week was the day before, right? It was Wednesday. Admiral Rogers and all the other heads of the 5 families, Talia Barzini, the heads of the intelligence agencies, all said, hey, nobody, Admiral Rogers, great. He's like, in my entire time, and especially in the past couple of years, no one has asked me to do anything illegal, immoral, or unethical. And Senator Warner, who's frothing at the mouth, trying to corner him, well, did you feel pressure? He's like, did you not hear me? I love when senators kind of poke at admirals, and admirals say, you know what are you going to do? Take my 4th star? You could, but I'm gonna grow a backbone here. So had a great time this week, folks, up in Chicago. Going to have a great time tonight and this weekend. Having a great time here at TGO, folks. If you can't tell, I'm very passionate about what I do here at TGO and training folks to be some of the best options traders in the world, okay? Join me next week. I open the doors, man. This ain't cheap. We're not a charity. We're not the United Way of Whiz, but we open the doors every couple times a year with our Full Throttle program or Options Weapons School to give you guys an opportunity to grab one of our slots and become a member here. We're in our 7th year of business here at TGO, and that's pretty damn long for a financial training business. I didn't say education. We don't educate, man. We train. Fighter pilots are trained. Doctors are trained. Plumbers are trained, right? How many of you out there have said, well, plumbing's easy. Plumber can do it, and then you end up calling a plumber because you destroyed your house. So head to go.topgunoptions.com/joinft and grab your slot, and I'll see many of you Monday night at 8 p.m. if you're new to TGO, and I'm going to see a lot of you tonight at 7 o'clock down with the beautiful people in Miami. Okay, so have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and I'll actually see a lot of you folks at 1 o'clock for our accelerated retirement session, which I had to reschedule since we were in Chicago. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. We'll see